Graduation is an exciting time. It marks the beginning of a world of opportunities. It opens doors for careers, more achievements, personal growth, respect, and independence. Unfortunately, not all of our students will see this new beginning. Not all of our students will graduate. Statistics from the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction WISE- portal show large gaps between two groups in relation to graduation. The first group is based on race or ethnicity. When looking at the 4-year and 5-year cohorts, we can see the different graduation rates for students receiving a regular diploma. One would hope that these would all be fairly close, but as you can see, this is not the case.
Wisconsin continues to demonstrate one of the largest gaps in the nation between white and black students in terms of graduation rate. In 2019-2020, Wisconsin demonstrated almost a 24% disparity between white and black graduation. We are seeing improvements in this gap, however, there is still a lot of work to do. Wisconsin also demonstrates a large gap between students without disabilities and students with disabilities. The 4-year cohort shows a gap of over 23%. The 5-year cohort rate is a little better, but still shows a gap of almost 17%. So not only is there a large gap, but many students with disabilities that do graduate tend to take more than 4 years to do so. Almost 8% compared to just over 1% of students without disabilities. 93.1% of students in general education will receive a regular diploma. Unfortunately, only 69.8% of students in special education will receive a regular diploma with their 4-year cohort. Less than 1% of students without disabilities continue beyond 4 years to earn their diploma. In contrast, 13.6% of students with disabilities remain in school up to 7 years to earn a diploma. The 7-year cohort still leaves a discrepancy of 10.5% between students with disabilities and those without disabilities graduating with a diploma. This gap is also reflected when we look at Wisconsin's dropout rates. Our largest gap is again between white and black students. Almost 6 times as many black students drop out compared to white students. Wisconsin also sees higher dropout rates for its American Indian students, Pacific Islander, and its Hispanic students. Almost 5 times, 4 times, and 3 times as likely, respectively. When viewing dropout rates of students with and without disabilities, we see that the number of students with disabilities that drop out is more than twice that of students without disabilities. In comparison, just under 1% of students without a disability will drop out, while 2% of students with disabilities will drop out.
So what can we do, and what does this mean? By working together, we can increase our graduation rate for all students. Increasing our graduation rate by just 1% could mean 50 new jobs for our students, an additional $12.4 million in earnings, $2 million in additional federal tax revenue, and $960,000 in state and local tax revenue. 1% could also result in $16.6 million in savings on healthcare, and it could spark the economy with an additional $9.4 million in consumer spending. So yes, graduation can mark the beginning of this great new world of opportunities for our students. We want every child to succeed, college and career ready. You may ask, what can educators do to increase the graduation rate and prepare all students to be college and career ready? There are several evidence-based practices to support students with disabilities in Wisconsin. These include collecting Indicator 14 data annually to monitor college and career readiness of exiters, reviewing the Dropout Early Warning System to identify students who may be at risk of not graduating, completing a graduation rate improvement plan and/or a transition improvement plan to identify areas of need and plan targeted interventions, and tracking individual students through progress monitoring to ensure targeted interventions are appropriate and supporting the student's needs. While we help students work towards their diploma, post-secondary education, career, and independence, we need to look at providing equitable opportunities and closing the gaps. Remember, graduation impacts everyone in our community.